Abracadabra, oh la la.
That's it when we peck it out.
What the hell is going on there?
2.5 gram mistake. And we are back for another episode of Acura, and I've had a busy morning. We've been to the Leach, see how Lee's getting on with the kitchen. The second half of the kitchen arrived on Friday night, so now Lee can crack on with that. So that should be done Wednesday, Thursday, ready for Matt to come back and ready for the floor fitter to start putting the screed down on Friday. So yeah, it's all go. I have just come to Kingsley this morning, see how Joey, Cal and got a new lad started, Craig, are getting on. So yeah, there's a few different elements to this job, if you want to call it. We've got 2 extensions and then there's quite a lot of internal alterations. Now, at the minute, the job be an absolute mess, because what we're trying to do is decide what we can recycle and what we can't recycle. So yeah, let's see how they're getting on. Jesus.
All in one, mate. No screws in the deck, then just all screwed together and placed on.
I think those screws in the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's coming. It's not coming. There was a sneeze there. So I'm just coming away from Kingsley and it looks like an absolute mess, but there is, like I said, a reason why. We're trying to separate all different wastes. So we've got the conservatory, which is like a mix of aluminium and plastic. We've got the old windows, which are obviously UPVC. We've got the brickwork and the slab off the door walls, off the extension. And then we've got obviously the timber from the existing floors in the house. Now, it's just separating them and trying to use them, and well, trying to recycle what we can and getting rid of it in the most efficient way. So the windows, we have someone who collects them for free because they obviously get recycled. The bricks and the slab, we'll recycle that. So we're going to get a crusher which is going to come in Thursday. We're going to recycle that into small MOT and put that into the existing slab. And the timber, the old floorboards, we'll probably burn them, to be honest. The joists I'm going to take to mine. I've got a nice log burner, so it can be nice and toasty in the winter. So the floorboards, we're going to chop them, just burn it. It's not a smokeless zone, so we're all allowed to burn. It probably won't be for the day as well, just kind of get rid of it. And then the conservatory, we'll have to go in skips. You know, if you kind of work out what it's going to cost in labour to take all the plastic off the aluminium frame and then go and weigh in the aluminium, you know what, it's not even worth it. You know, that's probably 2 skips on its own, just getting rid of that conservatory. So, and the access logistically isn't the best. You know, it's probably, we've got, like I say, a dumper on site there, taking it all to the front drive. It's quite far. It's probably 15 dumpers worth of stuff. You know, it's probably a day's worth just moving everything to the front. So, like I say, we've got to try and think what is the best efficiency, what is the best of getting rid of stuff, you know, without costing too much money. So yeah, the plan is obviously Carl's carrying on there and breaking the walls and slab out, and then yeah, it's just kind of concentrating on the groundworks this week. We're going to dig everything out, get all the old footings out, and hopefully get the concrete poured either Thursday or Friday, which we're going to need a pump for again, for the access wise. We can't have concrete barrow men walking, you know, 3 minutes, literally about 3 minutes with a barrow to tip one and go all the way back. So yeah, a pump I'm going to ring up in a bit and get that ordered. And then Mike and Craig are coming back next week to give us a little bump on the brickwork again. So yeah, it's all go there. We also have another machine coming Wednesday just to make sure we get them footings out. So yeah, it's a bit mad. It looks mad, but it's organised. So I'm just on my way to Winsford now. I don't tend to come Winsford that lot. It's quite far from the unit, about 35-40 minutes. So I'm coming here now while I've kind of got a spare 2 hours just to drop all my tools off that need servicing. So my whacker broke a few weeks ago now. If something snapped on it near the spark plug, So that needs going in. My 2 Paslow guns, one needs servicing and one stopped working all of a sudden. And then my other still saw, to be fair, my other still saw could do servicing, but that stopped working as well. So I'm just going to drop them off all now to get them all serviced and fixed. And then while I'm here, I also get my work gear made here as well in Winsford. So I've only got a few caps and a few more banners as well, just for our fences on site. So I'm going to pick them up as well. And then I'm going to head back to the office. So I'll check back in a bit. So it's Tuesday, and this was the big mistake that I mentioned last week that I made. So we put manual opening windows in when the client wanted electric ones. So this is probably a 2.5 grand mistake. Yeah. So I feel a bit depressed this morning. So the idea is we're going to take the old windows out, get the flashing back in, and get it retiled. So yeah, this is one of them jobs where you just got to turn off your brain. No thinking today, and just get on with it. Pull it up. That's it. I've got it. Hold on, let me stand up. Yeah. We'll lock that window. Hold, stay there. Straight up. One more time. Yeah. Go up there, Luke. Yeah. Sure. That's up in there. Mate. So I'm just about to start the middle of this tiling now. There's a few things you want to watch out for when you're doing it. So when you put these windows in, it comes with these flashing kits either side, which obviously have to be there to stop the rain going in. Now what happens if you don't take like the back of the lip of the tile or shave it down, it starts lifting the tile like that. Now it's going to lift it a bit, which can't be helped. However, if you take a bit of notch out the back of it, it just reduces it slightly. If you didn't take the notch out, it'd be right up, and when you look up at the roof, it'd be like that, literally like a little valley. So yeah, I'm out of breath. I need to lose weight. Why is Louis' bone crack always hanging out?
New short for the best day.
it's more towards the end of the day. You will have seen that we've just been digging and pecking. I've been sat here with my pecker out, breaking away the slab, breaking away the footings, and then once I've broke a good distance out, after then change that to my bucket, 600 wide bucket, and then dig it out in line with the trench. So yeah, this is hell. We are getting a crusher tomorrow to get rid of that. So what we're going to do with the crusher is we're going to park it over there and just send it straight through the door. Then we just load it up. The crusher pretty much does what it says on the tin. Crushes it. We are back again at our Kingsley project. We're the first ones here. Everyone's here today. So we've got a crusher turning up. Spoke to you about that yesterday. It says what it does on the tin. We have another digger turning up. And on site is myself, Joey, and Craig, Louis. Full squad, the full shebang. So yeah, our plan is someone's going to be loading the crusher and pumping that through them doors there, because we've got to build that up 11 inches before we're even at our stone base, so that'll be fun. Then 2 of us will be on the digger, 1 of us will be on the dumper, and then someone else will be burning all that, because it needs to go, and you're allowed to burn around here, so saves putting it in skips.
It looks like chaos here, but it's not chaos. It's organised chaos. So yeah, we had a bit of a spanner thrown into the work this morning. Well, it was more last night, so I was at Hartford till about 3 and I got a phone call from Cal saying I've got conifers near the foundation. Now, the last time we had conifers near our foundation, about 2 years ago on a job that we did. Now, what building control used to do is have a tree chart, and with that tree chart, depending on how close the tree is, it tells you how deep that the footing's got to be. Now, this changed last year because building control kind of passed responsibility now onto structural engineer. So I rang structural engineer last night, and basically what he's saying now, no conifer can be within 4 metres completely, whether you're going to do a strip footing or piled, which to me is absolutely ridiculous. Because like I say, 2 years ago we did, it must have been a 30-foot tree, and the foot was 1.6 metres that we had to go. And he's saying now that the trees haven't changed within the past year. If a conifer is within 4 metres, the footing can't be done whatsoever. So basically you can't build, which is stupid. So the only solution we think of now, I spoke to a neighbour, we're going to rip the trees out. Now, what I mentioned as well to structural engineer as well, if we do keep our footing what he's designed at, 1 metre strip footing, you know, what distance do the conifers have to be? He said 11 metres. 11 metres. Who's this? Oh. 11 metres anyway, so yeah, we're going to rip the conifers out, and that's basically, I think the conifers only go to about 10 metres. Just going to rip them completely out and then just carry on. So yeah, the plan today is carry on with the excavation, and then I've got a crusher coming to start recycling this hardcore into the existing building. So yeah, spanner in the works, but there's always a solution. As long as you think of that solution, it's all go.
So the crusher's just turned up and Louis is now loading that. We've got the crusher because there is probably 6 to 8 ton of rubble that's come out in the ground. So instead of getting rid of that in grabs, because we've got to build up the floor 11 inches before we're even at our stone base, we're crushing and recycling all the hardcore and rubble that we've took out. It's just to make that build up. So yeah, Louis just loading that now. Craig is currently making a ramp so we can get the crusher up, and we're going to send the crusher straight through the door with the conveyor belt. So that'll just get poured straight into the slab, crushed up already, ready for us to spread around.
So I have been in the office a few hours now, so like you see me at Kingsley this morning, it just baffles me. You know, building control and structural engineers, it's just mad. It's like I said on site, I don't even know you could hear me, to be fair, it was so loud, that we did a job 2 years ago and we had conifers that were like 30 foot high within 2 metres of our extension corner. Now, building control come out, looked at their little tree chart, and let's go down 1.6. Absolutely fine, not a problem. Now, like I mentioned before, building control don't want to take any responsibility for anything now. To pass on to structural engineers, and then structural engineers are covering their ass and just over-engineering absolutely everything. Now, you've probably seen other builders on other channels or whatever moaning about like steels, for example. So that scenario there, we've got a 10-foot tree conifer within 1 metre of our foundation. So it is close. Now, when I spoke to structural engineers, see, like, you know, if we keep our footing at 1 metre, strip footing, how far do the conifers have to be away? Now, he tapped his little keys and he went 11 metres. 11 metres. Tell me how that works out. So 2 years ago, building control said for a 30-foot tree within 2 metres, we had to go 1.6. Now, if we keep our trench at 1 metre and the conifer is 10 foot high, it's got to be 11 metres away. Explain that. Structural engineers, over-engineering everything again. At the end of the day, it doesn't affect me, yeah, and it doesn't affect the team, because at the end of the day, we just got to build deeper, or we simply do a piled foundation. The only person it affects is the client, so they have to spend more money. So obviously, when we do our quotation, we can only price for strip foot at a metre, obviously, because we can't see what's in the ground unless like a ground survey's been done. So we can only price for a metre at strip footed, which has previously been designed by a structural engineer. Now, when they find out that, you know, these things occur, structural engineer, like for this, for example, don't get me wrong, we can now take the conifers back 11 metres, but that's say if we couldn't. Yeah, so what he said to me, if we take the conifers back just 4 metres, right, the footing still has to be a 2 metre dig. Oh. Anyway, there's a solution. We're taking all the conifers out completely. So the strip funds sound. Now, luckily, the neighbour doesn't like the conifers because they're actually the neighbour's conifers. Now, what the structural engineer said to me, if them conifers were remaining in and within 4 metres of our build, you wouldn't be able to build the extension, even if the extension was piled. What the hell is going on there? So, a little lesson for everyone. If you've got conifers near an extension that's just past planning within 4 metres, you can't build. According to my structure, well, not my structure engineer, this client's structure engineer. So, something to think about. Anyway, rant over. I've been everywhere since Kingsley. I've been to Highton in Liverpool to pick up the copings for a porch that we're going to be starting on Friday. It's only a little thing. It's just a few dwarf walls ready for a canopy to be built. Carl and Joey will be going there Friday, and then I'm going to be doing a brickwork and nice coping on Saturday. So nice little job. I have also been to Hartford, just finishing off the prep work there for Lee the Plaster, who's coming in the afternoon. And yeah, I'm back in the office now. I'm just catching up. Sent a few invoices, just organising bits of work at the late. Stuff with the kitchen fitter, and the final stages after the floor fitter, who's starting on Friday. So he's going to send a little screed over Friday, and then he's going to be working there. I think it's about a week and a half. So I'm just organising the trays to come back after that. So we've got Matt and Phil, who provisionally booked in. We have the joiners provisionally booked in to put their skins, arcs, doors on. Who else? Who else is booked in? I think that's it. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. I think. Well, we're still waiting on a few things as well on that job, which is it's starting to do bad now. So the copings, like I say, I've been up to Heighton this morning, the same place, and he's had a few staff issues, as we all have. So they're going to be at least another 2 weeks. And the window as well, the commercial window we've ordered, that's now been delayed about a week and a half. So there's a few things that are delayed, but the job is still progressing. Don't get me wrong, depending on when this window arrives and the copings, it could add another week onto the project, but I won't know until next week. But yeah, enough from me. I'm stuck here. Back to the lads. So it's Thursday, and it looks like it's going to be an absolute glorious day again. So I'm just on my way to the lake. We have Lee the kitchen fitter on site, he's coming this morning, and we also have Matt the spark. So Lee, after today, he's kind of done everything he can do up to this stage. So he's just going to put the handles on all the cupboards and the drawer fronts today, and then Matt is putting in the ovens in and the ISOs in the kitchen, and then he's going to come back at a later date. And then we are all ready for the floor fitter. So yeah, like I said, I'm on my way just to make sure that everything is going to be ready for the floor fitter tomorrow, and nothing's going to be in his way. So yeah, that's my plan, and then I'm going to head over to Kingsley and help the lads out and just finish the rest of that foundation. There's quite a bit of work in that foundation, but I'm so glad that we hired a crusher, because don't get me wrong, you've not saved money. Well, you have to an extent, but compared to how much the crusher is to hire and then buying like 20 tons of stone, it's pretty much the same. What you are saving on is logistically, I can't say that word. Basically what you're saving on is the journey with the dumper from the front of the job to the back of 20 ton. Now, you know, that's probably half a day with 2 men, digger and dumper, bringing that 20 ton round, so you're saving that money. And obviously with recycling as well, which is good. So yeah, it's going really well there. Like I say, I'm going to head up there in a bit. I'm going to get them conifers cut out with my chainsaw. And yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good day. We also have the inspector coming tomorrow, so we need to get at least that main extension 4 hours cleaned out and all ready for him. So yeah, it's a busy day ahead, so I'll check back in later.
Might have been when I was looking in this. Yeah, throw me, and then I can hide it. Just make sure it hasn't slipped off the mark.
So I'm just coming away from the late and that job is now really progressing really well. So Matt is started on the utility consumer unit and then he's going to move on to get the oven sorted. And yeah, the kitchen supplier turned up as well, just to make sure everything's kind of running smooth and any little hitches lead a fitter can kind of ask him. And he mentioned as well he watches the YouTube. I don't know what it is, everyone that talks to watches the YouTube, everyone's nosy on. But no, it's good, we appreciate obviously people who watch us and follow the journey. And so yeah, I'm now going to go back to the unit, pick the van up, and then I'm going to head over to Kingsley. And yeah, see how the lads get on there.
And this is just Machine City. We got 2 diggers, the crusher, a dumper. Yeah, pretty much everything. So our plan for today is carry on with the footing of the extension. We should have that pecked out and dug out today. So yeah, that'll be a good win because this ground's just, the ground sound is just, we've got to smash out the concrete, which is not sound. It's really bad. So then once I've got that done, I will dig the section for the block wall, the garden walls, having a little planter in, raised. So yeah, and then after that, I've got to dig the footings for the garage extension. Just dig, dig, dig.
That's it, mate. So it's Friday morning again, and yeah, we are close to getting most of the groundworks done. So yesterday was a busy day. I don't think we managed to get much filming. We took out another 2/3 of footing. We also cut all the conifers down, and we also crushed most of what we could into the existing house. So yeah, there was quite a lot done. Today, Carl and Joe are going to head over to Malpas. They're just going to do a little foundation for the porch that I'm going to be building over the weekend. And then Craig and Louis are with me today, finishing this off. So let's have a closer look at the plans. So these are the drawings for the footing. So we've done pretty much 3/4 of this footing. This is the first extension, and then what we've got is the garage extension here. So today's plan, Craig is going to start digging this footing out for the garage, while I finish this part of the footing off, and then I'm going to start ripping the trees out and then start this planter foundation. So yeah, there's quite a bit to dig, but we should get done today. So we've got, like I say, a nice set of steps and then a planter going all the way down the garden, and then it returns in. So yeah, it's going to be a belter. taking these trees out. Got a bit of an audience. Next door is staring at me to see that and make sure I don't hit her plants. Something like that. Don't drop one. Fun though. We are flying, so trees are out, main extension footing's now done, and we're just starting now to do the garage footing. So while I do this, Craig is doing a footing for the steps and the little dwarf wall that's got a planter that runs right across the back of the extension. So Craig's doing that, and I'm doing this. Oh, here's Louis. Let's go. Abracadabra, oh la la, oh la la, oh la la. So as you see, what Craig's done here now, he's done the stair pad. So like I say, we're going to build this up to damp, and then we're going to have a few little steps down, and then the planter is going to run along here. Now I'm just going to move this load of soil, and then Craig is going to start doing the trench. So yeah. The flashing inside, what it tends to do is, and we are back for another episode. And we are back for another episode of Acura. So I'm just about to start the middle now of this tiling. No. He's done.